It's time for Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero. When it comes to news on 95.1 FM, weather always comes first. A front extending from the northern high plains to the Great Basin will merge with a front extending from the upper Great Lakes to the southern high plains. That'll happen tonight, and then move into the southern plains and southwest by tomorrow. An upper-level low will develop over the Great Basin. The upper-level low will draw moisture northwestward from the Gulf of Mexico. Heavy snow will begin to develop over parts of the central Rockies this afternoon into tonight. Closer to home, well, one more day for quiet weather other than some winds before conditions drastically change tomorrow as a winter storm begins to move in tomorrow afternoon. This system will bring some snow showers to the mountains and rain showers to the lowlands. Active weather will continue through the weekend and into early next week as this storm system meanders across the southwest. The winds are going to be light to breezy and temperatures below the normal for the same period. We'll have another look at the weather following this news. The Alamogordo City Commission regular meeting took place last night. Mary Martinez White of the Tularosa Basin Downwinders Consortium did a presentation urging the city of Alamogordo to pass a proclamation or city resolution to support the inclusion of New Mexico in the Radiation Exposure Compensation Act.
The Tularosa Basin, along with other organizations in the nation, are working diligently to get New Mexico covered by the Radiation Exposure Compensation Act. We are in very close coordination with Just Moms from St. Louis, Missouri, and that's how our hero, Josh Hawley, Republican Senator Josh Hawley, got involved with us, was through Just Moms because of the Manhattan Project dumping radioactive waste into Coldwater Creek immediately adjacent to a elementary school and the cancers that ensued.
You know what boggles my mind, knowing that the U.S. government will pay out to people affected by nuclear disasters and nuclear fallout, except in New Mexico? It's just sickening. Not much else occurred in the meeting. Mayor Payne wanted to make these comments.
I was in a meeting the other day. There were several of us in there, and we talked about things that were going on in the city, and there's a lot going on in the city. And I hope that, unfortunately there's not a lot of people here tonight. Thank you for being here. But I do know that people watch, and I know that they watch because when I leave, I always get a text or 2 or 5 or 10 or something about something. So I know people are watching, and I hope that they hear me when I tell them that there is so many positive things going on in our community that overshadow anything bad. I know that you mentioned Facebook earlier. Everybody likes to put every little car accident on Facebook or every little this or that. And, sometimes they make comments that are not kind to our police department or our fire department, and they think they're funny, and I call them keyboard warriors. But the truth is, we have so much positive going on in this community. I think our police department is really starting to come along. It looks like we've got lots of new officers. I'm really proud of that because that just shows you that the measures that we took worked. We have a lot going on this summer with our police department in the Ferguson Academy. We have great things going on at the base that are coming up in the next few months that are really going to, if they come to fruition, change the trajectory of our community. And we do have a new commander that will be coming on in just a few months. The chamber really seems like it's shifting its focus, and it's really coming along. And so just know that, what you see on, and we all know that if it's not on Facebook, it really didn't happen. But just in case that's not true, just know that what you see on social media sometimes is not reality. And the reality is that in that meeting the other day, I could have spoken for several hours about all of the amazing things that we've got going on. So thank you to our staff for that. I felt it was important that I say that because, we may give direction, but we don't carry it out. Y'all carry it out. And so thank you for that. I appreciate you listening and taking that to heart. So
we appreciate that. This staff is dynamic. This staff is far greater than they get credit for.
Yes. And they have great things to say about you as well. And that always makes me happy because, when we make a decision like that, it's a big decision to hire a city manager. And I've heard nothing but positive. So thank you for being so enthusiastic and so positive because I think that our staff is really feeling that. So thank you for that.
The meeting is available to view on the city's Facebook page. Rachel Black is running for county treasurer. I spoke with her yesterday and had to ask her about her experience.
16 years, actually, in the office. Started out at the front, customer service, taking payments, doing all that stuff, kind of learned the back office part of it, and then was given the opportunity 8 years ago to be appointed as Laura's chief deputy.
You can hear the interview in its full on the Crazy Radio YouTube channel. The other candidate, Carl Melton, has been invited but seemingly has declined the offer to appear. I say seemingly because he never exactly said no, and I don't want to hurt his feelings by putting words in his mouth. As a reminder today for Alamogordo schools, freshmen and sophomores and most seniors should not report to campus because today is junior testing. Only juniors and notified seniors should attend school today as well as next Wednesday. The City of Alamogordo presents Easter in the Park. That event is free and occurs on Saturday, March 30th from 10 until 1 at Washington Park. Well, today is Wednesday. That means we get a weekly report from Love Inc. We go now to Susan Payne.
Hey, good morning, Alamogordo. This is Susan with Love Inc. of Otero County giving you our weekly update. Love Inc., of course, as I always say, remains busy. I will tell you that our food and our food pantry is down right now. If any of you out there are doing a food drive or are interested in doing one, you can certainly give us a call at 575-439-4812. We will never turn that down. Also, a reminder that we are doing taxes every Friday now, that it's a free service to all of our citizens, and we will prepare your taxes for free and file them, and that includes the state as well. We were doing them on Saturdays, and we are no longer doing that. Due to a shortage of volunteers, we'll only be able to do those on Fridays. So if you have any information, again, you can give us a call. Also, a reminder that we do partner with Animal Village NM and Sunny Eris to provide pet food. That has become pretty popular. I think word's getting out. So if you need food for your pets, certainly give us a call. And that is about it for now. We do remain very, very busy, and the closer it gets to school being out, I believe the busier we will be. Real quick reminder that we are finishing up the year with our food bags, and so we could sure use help with the food for that to finish out the last couple of months. So again, if you have any questions about any of our services or need more information, give us a call, 575-439-4812. We would love to speak with you. Until next week, everybody have a blessed week.
News from around the state in just a moment. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
Local news from local perspectives from local voices. AlamogordoTownNews.com. Local sports, local events, and local happenings, and more. Owned and operated by Second Life Media. We are Otero County. AlamogordoTownNews.com. Heard daily on Crazy KALH Radio 95.1.
Directory Plus is the right size book. It's the book if you need a phone book.
That's what just one person has to say about Directory Plus. With its red cover, features, colorful yellow pages, and lots more, it's no wonder people all over use Directory Plus.
It has so much more information. You can cross-check phone numbers or addresses or pretty much anything.
Look on the plus side, Directory Plus.
I'm a big fan of Directory Plus.
Opening statements in the trial against Muhammad Syed began yesterday. If you'll recall, Syed has been accused of murdering 3 Muslim men in Albuquerque in 2022. This specific trial is for the murder of Asteb Hussein.
The defendant, Mr. Syed, had purchased that rifle July 15th, 2022, 11 days before he used it to kill Aftab Hussein.
The state called multiple witnesses to the stand yesterday, including officers who were called to the scene of the shooting. Syed has been charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder and multiple counts of tampering with evidence. Each of these cases is expected to be tried separately over the next 2 weeks. Beginning in the 2025 tax year, New Mexicans will see the impact of the first major adjustment to the state's income tax structure since 2005. All state taxpayers will owe less, but especially those who make the least. Democratic Representative Derek Lent sponsored the measure, which was included in the $231 million tax bill passed by lawmakers.
That is the principle in this package to providing true tax reform and benefit for all New Mexicans, especially those that are lower to middle income wage earners.
Legislators added a 6th bracket with a 4.3% rate, allowing for more similar income levels to be grouped together. Currently, single filers who earn between $16,000 and $210,000 per year are in the same income bracket, and taxed at the same rate of around 5%. Until a 2019 change, that was the top bracket. Now that wide range of incomes will span 4 separate brackets, and that 4.9% will start at an annual income of $65,500. Lawmakers also reduced the fixed amount some owe and lowered the percentage owed by those who make the least. All New Mexicans will owe less in income tax under the new plan, whether they move into a new bracket or not. Most can expect to see around a $200 savings, some even more. Now, the change is going to cost the state up to $176 million. Some Republicans wanted to see the legislature share even more of the state's record revenue with the taxpayers. Representative Jim Townsend proposed a 1% tax on all income levels, lowering the rate for everyone. But that proposal failed on the House floor.
I think the people of New Mexico didn't get a fair shake on this, and I think we'll probably all hear from them.
The changes go into effect in January. Taxpayers will see the savings when they file their returns in 2026. The New Mexico Department of Justice yesterday unveiled an online portal focused on cases of missing and murdered indigenous people. According to the NMDOJ, the portal will address the data sharing and public-facing aspects of the MMIP crisis in New Mexico. It's going to provide real-time public access to active cases across the state. They hope it's going to lead to law enforcement agencies communicating better and enable anyone to provide new leads on pending investigations. The NMDOJ is working with the FBI and trial law enforcement to make it happen. Attorney General Raul Torres spoke with KRQE.
And what it will enable us to do is break down the barriers of communication that have sort of stifled or impeded the ability of law enforcement to collaborate effectively to try and drive resources in real time in response to some of this information.
The funds for the portal come from Senate Bill 12. The New Mexico legislature passed that legislation in the 2022 session. The bill also called for a position within the NMDOJ for this effort. Officials say they're actively recruiting for that position. NMDOJ officials added that they plan to announce a new MMIP task force later this year. The New Mexico Department of Health has confirmed that 2 bobcats have tested positive for rabies in the Land of Enchantment. One case was detected in Grant County, the other was in Sierra. According to the DOH, a man was attacked by one of these bobcats near his home in Grant County. He's now receiving shots to prevent rabies from developing. I don't mean to laugh, but can you imagine it? You're just minding your own business, and then you get attacked by a bobcat. And then you survive the ordeal. You're glad it's over with. You have these cuts and bruises and, but you lived. And then you learn you've been exposed to rabies. I'll tell you what, folks, that guy had a bad day. The second bobcat with rabies attacked a dog in Sierra County. The dog was fortunately up to date on his rabies vaccine, and he will be monitored for the next 45 days. Sports and weather are next. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
They are role models and educators. Their work requires a great deal of time and energy for very little pay. Who are these unsung heroes?
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
The simple truth about education-based athletics in New Mexico is this. Without a committed team of coaches and administrators, they just wouldn't be possible. School sports, they bring out the best in all of us. This message presented by the New Mexico Activities Association and the New Mexico Athletic Directors Association.
There are 5 games for New Mexico softball and 5 games for New Mexico baseball today, none of them in the region. Your Crazy Radio spot-on weather forecast for the Tularosa Basin today calls for sunny skies, winds gusting as high as 32 miles per hour. Partly cloudy tonight, winds gusting as high as 37. Tomorrow, mostly sunny. Your high today in the basin, 67. Low tonight of 42. High tomorrow, 67 degrees. In Cloudcroft, sunny skies, winds gusting as high as 49 miles per hour. Mostly cloudy tonight, winds will be gusting as high as 50. Mostly sunny tomorrow, winds gusting as high as 33. Your high today in Cloudcroft, 44, low tonight of 29, high tomorrow, 44 degrees. Local breaking news can be found on our website, alamogordotownnews.com, and learn more about Crazy Radio by visiting kalhradio.org. Also, check out the Crazy KALH Radio YouTube channel. That's where we post our daily newscasts, complete interviews, and other information which concerns everyone in the Tularosa Basin. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel if you've not done so already. That way you too can remain informed of the goings-on in the Tularosa Basin. Well, that concludes today's edition of Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.